Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another N2KB News Cram for the week of March 11th. Amazing things happened last week. Did you miss it? Well, at N2KB, that's need to know basis, we have you covered. Today on News Cram, we'll clue you on the things that happened last week, but everybody will be talking about this week. Today we're going to talk about SimCity and EA and the debacle that is the game launch. You'll probably be hearing bantered around everywhere, Error 37, which, although very specific in what it means, comes to encapsulate the entire mislaunch of this game, this mislaunch of a AAA game. Now, the Error 37 code related to the like when someone tried to log in and there was no room on the server, they would get an Error 37 code. But so you'll see T-shirts being sold with Error 37 on it, all kinds of different things. So that would be kind of like the official red ring of death or the blue screen of death stamped onto SimCity's launch. Now this thing is just kind of was growing bigger and bigger and bigger by the day, culminating in Amazon actually pulling the downloadable version of it off their servers so that you couldn't actually purchase it anymore. Although that has been reinstated due to some of the patches that EA has come out with, and EA promises to bring more servers online to fix the woes that gamers are having. But this is all stems from the DRMs, the digital rights managements, to try to curb piracy. That means that you always have to be connected to the internet the whole time. That means you always have to be connected to their servers. Now, if their servers are having a problem, you can't play. So this is basically a circumstance where they're trying to stop piracy, but they're punishing actually purchasing, their actual customers. This has got to stop. I understand you're trying to protect your property, but all you're doing is the amount of money that you're trying to protect by stopping piracy, you're losing by people avoiding your game like the plague. So I just don't think that's a good trade-off. Also, this also shows how little EA thinks about us as customers, and at the top level of this, they were blaming the customers. They were blaming us for playing too much. They said that we were dragging down. They had no idea that people would be playing this much, and that instead of playing for short times or whatever, that the one person would be on for hours and hours at a time, consuming too much server space and not letting everybody play. It's not. If I buy a game, I should be able to play it as long as I want, for as many hours as I want. Heck, if I want to leave that game running all night, I should be able to, if I want to. It's my game. It's only because your DRMs that cause a problem with this. So, you need to appreciate us as customers, the fact that we want to play your games for a long time, and not blame us for the problems that originated on you. So, I'd like to blame EA all for this, but Maxis, the company that developed the game, they're also part of the problem. They're the ones that refuse to remove any DRMs from this game. I thought it was all EA, but I actually read an article the other day where Maxis is completely uninterested in removing the DRMs, and I cannot believe they should have an online mode and offline mode. It's ridiculous that this is even an issue, but here we go. So, maybe you should think twice before giving EA your money from now on. So, moving on, NVIDIA supporting PlayStation 4 with its PhysX and Apex architecture. This is great. Now, regardless of whether you're a PlayStation fanboy or you're a Xbox 360 fanboy, it doesn't matter, or PC fanboy, NVIDIA is certainly one of the top-line graphics card developers. When it comes to graphics, they are by far and away considered top-tiered. So for them to be involved with PlayStation, I think it only make the product better. Especially the physics by themselves, that's so that you get, very flowing cloth, realistic cloth, hair, water physics, stuff like that. And it goes more than that, but all the things that have traditionally been very hard to simulate in games, this is the architecture that allow that to happen more readily. So, very good for PlayStation. I am very excited. Every time I hear news like this, I get more and more excited about the platform. So that is awesome news. Minecraft news, very near and dear in heart to this channel. The Minecraft Redstone update will be out March 13th. That's just a couple days from now. So very excited about that. Now this particular update, I think I think this is going to do what the Adventure update did to Minecraft, several years ago. All these people that kind of got burnt out on playing, I think it's going to bring them all back. The hoppers, the redstone blocks, these are revolutionary in the Minecraft world. They'll reinvigorate it. They'll make much more complex machines possible. Now, if you're not familiar with it, in the Minecraft world, in the Adventure Pack, they had the piston. The piston allowed the movement without you actually manipulating as the player of different blocks and stuff, which allowed all kinds of very complex machinery. Same thing's true for the hopper, because with the hopper, you can transport items with, again, instead of a stationary static block, a item such as a sword or armor or clothing or any item that you could hold and carry. You can actually manipulate that in the physical world, in the Minecraft world. So, which allows you to make stuff like conveyor belts, elevators for products. It allows you to transport that product from the world into a chest and stuff like that. So, very, very interesting, very amazing. And I think this is going to bring a lot of people that kind of got away from vanilla, moved to the tech servers and stuff like that. I think it's going to bring those people right back. So, very excited about that. And also in Minecraft news, Mojang, who had an exclusive with the Xbox for the Xbox 360 version, the console version, that seems to be ready to expire. So now there's talks that there might be, after that exclusive expires, a PlayStation version. Which, again, anything that gets Minecraft out there more people involved in it, allows the people that are fans of, already existing fans of Minecraft, to play it on their platform of choice, whether that be a mobile device, Xbox, PlayStation, whatever they want. I'm very excited about this. So, good on you, Mojang. I hope this is just as big of a success as it was on the 360. There's a little indie developer called Unknown Worlds, and they developed a game called Natural Selection 2, which recently was hit with over $30,000 in losses. This was stemming from what appears to be a stolen credit card that they then purchased a bunch of keys on Steam and then resold those for a discounted rate. Well, since the credit card was stolen, the Unknown Worlds had to have chargebacks. They had to get that money back, which cost them a lot of money. Now, $30,000 for some of your AAA titles is not that much of money, but for an indie game, this is potentially door closing. So I implore all of you that are listening to this program, think twice about buying discounted keys. Think twice about buying games from non-reputable websites. We all know Steam. We all know Good Old Games. There are a bunch of reputable websites out there. Buy from those, or buy directly from the developer or the distributor. This money goes right to their hands. Versus, you don't know when you buy from a website that's not reputable, is it going to the developer? Is it helping support the developer? Which, as a gaming community, we should. We want to be very careful about that. Plus, indie games for this channel is near and dear to our hearts. We want to make sure that we support, and we'll be doing lots of reviews and playthroughs on a lot of indie games. Try to support that and get that out there. But you don't want to pirate indie games. I mean, that's the lowest of the low. So make sure that you're buying keys from reputable websites and you're not pirating these. Support the indie developers because they need all the support you get. Those are the people that are innovating. You hear all the time about there are no original ideas, there are no new concepts or anything. Well, that's not necessarily true. It's just that they're not out there, they're not mainstream. And these indie developers develop games. And they develop them on innovative ideas. And those ideas, whether successful or not, then usually trickle up into the AAA games once that they're proven. Before Minecraft, there was no, voxel-based, block-based games that you could just, no story-based, you do whatever you want to, true sandbox games. Now you're starting to see that kind of build your own fort game, mechanic trickle into a lot of your AAA games, So you want to support the indies because those are where your truly innovative thoughts come from. Don't pirate them. Don't buy discounted keys. All you're doing is shortchanging yourself in the long run. You're making the gaming culture less fun, less complex, and less interesting. So don't do it. And another story that we want to cover here is the first MLG competition of the year is beginning next week. There'll be tons of games there, but just to name a few: StarCraft 2, League of Legends, and Black Ops. Now, this is a subject that we love here at N2KB. Esports, we want to endorse it, we want to support it, we want to promote it. We want to get as many eyes watching videos, so go check out last year's MLG on YouTube. There's a channel dedicated to nothing but that. You want to tune in because there are some amazing stories coming out of MLG and a lot of the esports competitions, and we're going to focus on that. We're going to bring you story after story after story about the esports so that we can promote that and get it out there to more and more people. And so it's a very exciting time to be a gamer. Now, that's your major stories for the week. In your quick list, we're just going to go over these real quick. ARMA 3 Alpha now available. This alpha is a vast improvement over ARMA 2 today. Now, we've played a little bit of it. We're hoping to get into the beta when it comes out so that we can show you a little bit of that. But this game is already rock solid. And it's just a small amount of content, but they've already saying that it's going to be a much, much, much bigger than ARMA 2. All the content that's there. So very, very excited about this because this game is mind-blowing at its current stage. And it's only an alpha. Also, a new Thief game was unveiled. It's going to be the next cover of the Game Informer. Check that out. Thief game. I am so surprised that we have not had a Thief game, a relaunch of this series before now. So, Thief, that was always an amazing game, and very excited about the prospects of it. Also, go check out the 20 minutes of game footage from Harebrained Studios' Shadowrun. The new game is actually Shadowrun Returns coming out. They're saying that it's going to be out probably the beginning of the summer, maybe midsummer. This game is isometric, so you're seeing down. It harkens back to the original Sega Genesis Shadowrun game, and it is so true to the source material. It brings back all the, they have elements of it from the pen and paper. So all the fans of Shadowrun, and if you're a fan of RPG in general, you should definitely go check out that 20 minutes video. Torment Tides of Numeria, successor to Planescape Torment, it got funded through its Kickstarter. Now, it's one of the highest grossing Kickstarters out there with over $2 million. They met and exceeded their Kickstarter goal. This is very exciting because Planescape Torment was a fabulous game, and all the original developers, all the people behind the original development of the game, they're all there again. So, very excited about that. Elder Scrolls Online beta starts this month. So go sign up for that if you want to get in on that. Richard Garrett announces Shroud of the Avatar, Forsaken Virtues. Now, if you're, and this is going to be through Kickstarter, if you're not familiar with who Richard Garrett is, where have you been gaming? He's the creator. Ultima Online was one of the very first successful MMOs. So you wouldn't have World of Warcraft today without Ultima Online. You wouldn't have all the massive multiplayer in language. So here's a person that was very influential in gaming culture, and he's getting back into it, so very excited. And lastly, developers can begin uploading games to the Ouya App Store. So this is awesome. Ouya, we want to cover more of that. We're in the process of trying to get a development kit so we can start posting videos on that. The amazing thing about this is that if you don't have the Ouya, they cost about $99 for one, and you can get one of those right now. The great thing about it is that all the games that are being uploaded to it are mandated that they have a free element of it. Definitely check that out. Now we're going to cover the weekly releases. StarCraft Heart of the Swarm's coming out. You definitely want to pick that up if you're a turn-based strategy gamer. Amazing, that's on PC. Sniper Ghost Warrior 2, that's on PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. Dead Space 3 Awakened, that's an expansion pack for Dead Space 3, that's on 360. God of War Ascension, PlayStation 3 exclusive. Darkstalkers Resurrection, that's downloadable on both the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. Well, that's another week, another show. Thanks for watching. Here at N2KB, we're excited about what's developing out there, and we'll soon be telling you about it. Always sub, share, and like if we've enriched your lives at all. Comment if you want to join in the fun, and contact if you'd like to become a content creator. Thanks for watching. As always, to be continued. Thank you. Have a good one.